Yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to get going. What lies ahead, I have no way of knowing. But under my feet, baby, the grass is growing. Yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to get going. Okay, well, as of today, I'm the newest resident of Spearfish. You can make that number 10,495. Yeah. Okay, well, this video is about the steps that I took to set up legal domicile in the state of South Dakota. There are lots of videos out there, and I understand that. And I imagine if you're watching mine, you've probably watched others, but you might still have questions about how to do this. This is not meant to be legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just going to chronicle the steps that I went through in the southwest portion of the state and talk about some of the reasons that I did that. I delineate that there are 6 steps that you have to go through, and I'm going to supply a short video on each one of those steps, so that they're maybe 6 or 7 minutes long, and you can kind of pick and choose the subject that you want to look at, or you can deal with all of them. This first video is meant to be just kind of an overview and an introduction, and presenting what the 6 steps are. And so without further ado, I'm going to present those steps to you now. And I hope to have a graphic up here to show this. The 6 steps start, the first step is to do research and gather information and documents that you'll need. Again, since I'm not giving you legal advice, you're going to have to do this all on your own and stand on your own. If you get legal advice, that's fine. If you decide to just back up and check what I've said to do, that's fine also. But the first step is to do your own research. And in that, you'll determine, based on what the requirements are in South Dakota, what information you will need, what steps you'll need to take, and what documents you're going to have. Again, I'm just chronicling what I went through. Hopefully that will be beneficial for you. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is gaining a mail forwarding service. What this becomes in South Dakota is your physical address. And that's the second step because it will be needed as we move forward. The third step is to spend the night in a campsite, motel, someplace where you will get a receipt that has not only the date that you spent the night, but it also has your name and your address. And your physical address you will have gotten in step 2. And so step 3 is the second step is really the second step as far as gaining domicile, but it's the third step that I feel that you have to go through. So spending the night and getting a receipt with the physical address on it. Step 4 then is to go to the driver's license testing sites. They have different names here, and in many other states, the Department of Motor Vehicles, the DMV, is all one building, and they take care of everything from driver's license to voter registration to vehicle registration and such. And in many states, though, I've discovered it's broken apart to where the driver's license is actually issued by the state. And so that is in a separate building in a separate place. What I found is it's a very informal looking building, usually just a connection to maybe even a community center, may not even be a standalone building, but certain municipalities will have these. And so you'll need that in order to get your driver's license. Then the 5th step is to go to the county treasurer where you have your domicile. And this is for registering your vehicles. I did change not only the registration, but the title over as well. And I don't know if changing the title is a requirement in South Dakota. It's just what I did. And it was very simple to do. Then the sixth step is to make sure that your insurance for your vehicle is covered by a company that does business in South Dakota. That's the only way you can get South Dakota insurance. You don't have to. I have it through State Farm. State Farm happens to be in many, many states, but the company that I was with in Nevada does not sell insurance in South Dakota, so I had to switch. So anyway, the steps again are: 1, to research and gather your documents. Do your own research and gather the documents that you need before you come to South Dakota. That'd be important. Step 2 is getting a mail forwarding service with a physical address. Step 3 is to spend the night at a hotel, a campsite, someplace where you get a physical receipt with your new address on it, so that now you have 2 forms of ID that show that you have a physical address in South Dakota. 4th is to go to the driver's license testing site and to get your driver's license changed over. The 5th is to go to the county treasurer in the county that you are registering your vehicles in, and that should be where your physical address is. County treasurer in order to get your vehicles registered. And then the 6th step is to make sure that you are covered by your insurance for South Dakota, and you may have to actually get new insurance from a company that does business in South Dakota. So I hope all this is helpful, and I hope it'll be fun and enlightening. And maybe if nothing else, you'll just see how I did it and how to actually walk through and do it. And I'm not trying to do things to cover the entire state. There's a reason that I chose to do that I chose to do my domicile in the southwest part of the state, and I'll touch on some of that in some of the other videos. But anyway, here we go.
Far away from your troubles and worries.